Hi there, it's Riikka Kovasin here with the second part of Impasto Inquiries series. Yesterday I was thickening paint to match the Impasto paints by Finnabair, and today I'm comparing Impasto paints with regular craft paints. I'm working on two tags side by side, doing the same techniques to both and comparing how the two different paint types work. First, I'm testing Impasto paint with gel printing. I actually know what's going to happen, but I thought it was good to show that while Impasto paints are fantastic, to some techniques they don't work, or they need at least something mixed into them so they will work. As you can see, I'm first using the regular acrylic paint and doing a really quick print to my tag. I'm getting a lovely coverage and a nice print with the regular soft body, let's say acrylics, but Impasto paints are a totally different story. The paints are so thick that they won't spread nicely to the gel printing plate, so I'm getting just dots. While these could be wonderful if you're making a celebration card or something needing confetti styled, but if you're planning on a good gel print, then impastos are not for that technique. But if you're applying them straight to a surface, then they work nicely as they are really creamy, let's say, when you spread them with a paintbrush. The difference between the craft paint and the impasto is that there's not much brush strokes in the craft paint, but you can get that little effect to the impasto as the paint is so thick. I'm drawing a pattern to the wet paint with the end of the paintbrush, and while the both types of paint work nicely, there's a little difference because of the thickness of the paint again. With the impasto, there's more dimensional pattern when I'm doing the drawing compared to the regular acrylic paint. Then let's try something basic like stenciling. In the first video, I was applying a thick layer of paint using a palette knife to get that dimensional stenciling, but this time I'm using a sponge. With that, it's good to remember the dab on, dab off thing. So while you get some paint to your sponge, then dab some off before moving to the stencil to avoid leakage under the stencil. So you get a nice crisper image that way. I'm using the same technique both with the craft paint and with impastos, but as impastos are so thick, they are less likely to seep under the stencil and give thus a crisper image. Next you can see the two backgrounds side by side, and there's not much difference in the stenciling. There's a really slight difference, so the impasto is a little bit crispier, but there's a huge difference in the gel printing layer as the other one is, well, non-existing. And then again, let's finish these tags. This time I'm adding some stamping as the first stage after applying the acrylic paints. I've chosen a yellow archival ink to have a little contrasting color there. After the stamping, I add some scribbles using Posca markers and a regular pencil, just adding some marks here and there. These give a little bit more to look in the backgrounds. For the focal points, I've chosen two vintage die cuts from Tim Holtz, and I'm building a little background for them. For that, I'm using the gel print I got while cleaning the plate after using the craft paint before adding the impasto paints. So, waste none. It's the same color scheme that I have going in the tags, so I tear a little piece of that print and use that as the background for my die cuts. To add a little touch of yellow before adding the die cut on top, I'm adding some yellow sewing thread in the mix. The tags are almost finished. The one on the left needs a little bit more contrast, so I'm adding some pencil touches to that one. And then I'm also adding some text stickers to finish them. And in the following photo you will see the two tags side by side again. If you want to compare them more, then please visit my blog. There's more photos there. I hope you like this video or find it useful, and I'm hoping you'll be back tomorrow when there's the third and final part of this Impasto series. Thank you for watching today. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.